This week on Hermitcraft, Minecraft 1.12 is out! Hooray! They've already been playing on it for months. Not a big deal.
Are you freaking serious?
Welcome to the Hermitcraft Recap. My name is PixelRiffs, our writer is ZloyXP, and wait a second, B-Dubs is building a tree! Has anybody else noticed this? Why did nobody tell us? It's a nice tree! In all seriousness, the nature of this show means we concentrate a lot on the loud and theatrical moments on the server, which means that some of the long-term, slow-growing Hermit projects are falling by the wayside, which is what we aim to rectify in this episode. Let's quickly go over the amazing buildy things people have been putting together, starting, of course, with the giant tree itself, the one that Scar's been building. The underground community area has been in development for months now, and Scar has been working his damnedest to make it the glorious masterpiece that it is. This week, the giant dome around the tree is revealed, and the tree itself has once again gotten a facelift, but we'll let Mumbo describe it.
Whoa. Oh my word. My mouth is wide open. It genuinely is wide open. It boggles my mind that people can create like organic shapes like that.
Scar even takes a break from the big dig to finally start his own base, and wouldn't you know it, it's a giant circle he precisely marks out and transforms into a superflat. So even more digging. He might be a dig-tid. No, seriously, get help.
This is a quick little sketch that I threw together on the second day the server was up for Season 5. I was stuck in the hospital for an infusion, and I was like, I want to play Minecraft. So I started sketching out different things. Now, this is what I'm going to stick with.
Another project that could totally benefit from an aerial view is Stress Monster's Swampland. It's really hard to recap all the subtle terraforming she's been doing, and let's face it, subtle terraforming is the best terraforming. This week, Stress actually does some mechanization for a change, and sure, mob cramming based mob farms aren't exactly the pinnacle of redstone, but they work, so what else could you want from them?
The only problem is now, do you know what? Why don't you die?
What might be the pinnacle of redstone is Azumavoid's base, and with him constantly being busy with larger projects, it seriously isn't getting enough love from us here at the Recap. Even this week, all the beautiful decorative work of the place is overshadowed by X mob-proofing a large area around his witch farm and further combining it with a nearby slime chunk.
And look at that, it's the third one on the list. Wow. I'm kind of surprised to see it that high up, but if you think about it, you do place a lot of these in the game as you go around caving and...
It's hard not to mention Wells Night when talking about big builds, and there's really no reason not to. We mention his castle parts in basically every episode, but it really shines when you see the bigger picture. So we could say Wells has built a tavern and a blacksmith house at his castle, or we could just show you this clip of him flying by, and oh my god, the beauty, it burns! The same really goes for the aforementioned jungle broccoli of life. B-Dubs hasn't just been building a treehouse, he's been crafting an organic fortress, and the overgrown Mayan ruins he's constructing nearby are just as pretty. We would mention XP Crafted's Woodland Mansion, but at least 4 hermits have shown it off in their videos this week, so go watch False, Joe Hills, Azuma, Cubfan, or even XP himself for the latest news there. The only thing people at XP's mansion haven't covered yet is that he became a crazy parrot lady as soon as the server updated to 1.12. And if you thought we were bad at showing off builds in our videos, it turns out Impulse SV has been hiding a blaze farm from us this entire time. This week he goes on a mini tour of stuff he's constructed on live streams but not showcased in his videos, which also includes a spider farm, and applies a few much needed fixes. Speaking of live streams...
One shot, this is it.
I'm on. I'm good. I'm flying on a sheep. A pig, I mean. Bam! Yeah! Oh my god! I'm on a pig!
Yeah, the aerial sheep service really came in handy this week when Joe Hills needed to start a sheep farm. The man needs his carpets that bite you and suck your blood, while the misplaced wallpaper is busy sucking your soul.
I think I might need to mess with it a little bit more so that some of these are just slightly off. Like, we want this to be as kind of trippy a location as possible.
When he's not dropping sheeps on people, Tango works at his base on the advanced storage system and a super smelter furnace array. Zenaf, the other cheek of the ASS, puts together a sugarcane farm at the Lake of Life and makes it more traversable by boat. The pigs around Python's base don't even need boats because they can walk on water.
Oh my god, we've got Jesus pigs!
He decides to emulate his new messiah by levitating himself around a few end cities before being unfortunately dispatched by an Enderman. Luckily, Iskall comes to the rescue and helps Python reclaim his dropped items. Who's your true saviour now? On the Redstone side of slow-burning projects, Cubfan's base has been developing nicely throughout the season, as nicely as his head collection, which now includes Vindicator and Evoker skulls. But back in the build world, this week Cub covers his sandcastle in Prismarine, resulting in a block-by-block copy of the original ocean monument, now sitting right there on the surface of the water. XP Crafted's lawyers had better get on with it, as this whole situation smells of Season 3. The pigs at TFC's base are not so lucky. Neither are the cows, the sheep, or the freshly imprisoned chickens. After mercilessly slaughtering most of them, TFC takes all their squishy parts to the villager trading hall and posts them through the letterboxes in exchange for emeralds. A similar fate awaits iJevin's farmers as they're trapped in an endless cycle of breeding and nomming on carrots, only for their more fortunate children to be trapped in a trading cave. Kinda confusing, because he does have an empty marketplace on the island now. And then there's the infamous Von Butts dynasty at Wren's base, now being incorporated into the massive Von Butts Industrial Park farm array. If you're a villager on this server, just start running. Word of advice. Anyway, on the topic of amazing builds, False Symmetry is expanding her docks, which might be a promise that we're getting more beautiful ships around. Either way, it looks amazing from the air. And finally, you can't talk about big projects without mentioning the one, the only Mobilisa 2.0 is now in development, once again with Iskall and Rendog on the case, and skeleton double spawners to replace the zombie ones. Maybe this season someone will actually get to play it.
You take it. Okay, let's get the crap out of here.
And with all that out of the way, let's take a look at all the events and mishaps that... wait, there's only NHO left now? Cue the theme song.
Yo, wins the day. We win the day. We powerhouse. We grind them down to dust. We can't be beat.
Wow, we really should have stopped this joke after the Rickroll. A much-needed upgrade comes to the OHO Will of the People when Wells Knight starts working on a nether base for the organisation. Needless to say, that's not helping you convince anyone that you aren't evil, Wells Knight. The NHO aren't making their case better either. The arena finally gets put to use as B-Dubs and Doc square up, except B-Dubs has a sword and a shield, and Doc gets a stick. Doc loses, surprising nobody, but at least his reputation is a little clearer. With his own reputation in doubt after the bungled Mumbo debacle, Cubfan crafts the uncraftable, exploiting a bug to get some normally unobtainable tipped arrows. He gifts these to the Allium Alliance and to the NHO, with mixed results.
I thought they went.
They're literally called uncraftable tipped arrows.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is so cool.
What the heck is that?
They're just pink. They're just pink arrows.
It has no effect on them.
At least Vintage Beef is trying to make the NHO jungle a little more welcoming, building a welcome centre just inside the main gates, complete with informative pamphlets. But B-Dubs might be taking the title for this week's most evil deed when he starts an episode by dropping an anvil on a cat. R.I.P. Cat Dubs. While he's feeling evil, he teams up with Doc M to visit Iskall's island, and they build the most unthinkable thing they can think of, a holiday home made mostly of diorite. In retort, Iskall disarms Doc M's tree bomb and uses it to blow up the house instead. Everything seems to be going the NHO's way when the revolution turns up at B-Dub's doorstep under the pretense of surrender.
We would like to officially say that you win.
Yes.
We surrender. We surrender.
They guide him to their secret camp, which turns out to be about 50 blocks away, and reveal that Mumbo Jumbo has created a doomsday device, which is about 80% functional. Still, it's got enough explosions and lag-inducing arrows to intimidate B-Dubs into apologising for the raid on Mumbo's ocean monument. And as the revolution celebrates its victory, B-Dubs yoinks Mumbo's redstone box, and it seems like they may have played right into his hands. And that's just about it for this week's recap. Our writer is ZloyXP, and my name is Pixel Riffs. Today's double bill in the end cards has Zloy constructing a clockwork thingy and throwing some wood at his server mates while calling it a prank. Don't forget to leave a like while you're still here, share this video with the Hermitcraft fans in your life, and subscribe so you won't miss future episodes of the recap. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.